All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we have a very special guest today who just released his EP yesterday. Is that right?
Give it up,
sir. Embry, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Welcome the man.
First guest, too. Very first one.
Oh, yeah. We got Embry Issac in the building.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
For sure, man. Right off the bat, I got to tell you, man, what was some of your inspiration behind the cover art for your actual album? Because that was hard. I know Nate Gunther shot that. Shout out Nate, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Nate.
Yeah, shout out for real. Yeah, I mean, like, kind of just like with my cover art for like my singles and stuff, we just been taking like iPhone pics and like having them scattered. Mm-hmm. And then I just saw like a Nate's story. He said he was in Indy for 2 days. Okay. He was just like, I'm doing shoots, like I need some money. I just hit him up. I'm like, hey, like I'll do a shoot because I've been wanting one for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I was like, you know, it'd be a good idea to just use this for the EP. And so we just took the cool shots from it and then just like designed it that way.
Yeah, because he has like this one little special filter that he uses. I don't know what it is, but his pictures just always look very just crisp.
Yeah, the filter on that, I don't even know what it is.
So
it's just
crisp.
like I don't really know much about
it.
photography, but the cover itself just looks so like pure. It
does. It brings, I don't know, it brings like a California feel to it.
I know,
like
dude.
He belongs standing here out in LA doing that shit.
Yeah,
you know?
dude. It was just like right outside my house too, and like I don't know, he has a really like creative mind because like he was like fogging up the camera and stuff and like just putting a little bit on it and then like
really
he was like manipulating it so like you could get the shadows. Like on the cover it's got like half of that shadow right there. Mm-hmm. And
that's crazy.
Yeah,
there's so much that goes into that.
So he just turned the camera out and fogged it up just with his breath? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, for like a few shots he did.
That's crazy.
That's
like,
nuts.
I don't really know too much about photography, but like it's crazy what goes into it.
Yeah,
all,
dude. I just said, I'm like, yeah, I would like to get a shot in my car. And then he's like, all right, sick. And then he's like, this is a good one. He's like, you got to use this. And he's like, this is fire.
I feel that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool too, going about it one day. Like, you really just probably went around. Did you take, like, more pics than that for it, obviously?
Yeah, so I live kind of close to Garfield Park, and there's, like, a strip down there. They got, like, a tattoo shop and all that. And I was just like, yeah, I kind of want to get, like, sort of an urban vibe, you know, just, like, indie, urban, stuff like that. And so we just kind of, like, walked down the block, and that was the shoot.
Yeah.
So we jumped like right in just with like the EP, but tell us a little bit. So you're an artist, recording artist. So tell us how like that all got started. Like you just growing up, and then like did you play any music instruments, or just how'd you get involved with it?
Yeah, a little bit of background.
A little bit of background.
Yeah.
You gotta get to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you know, as you guys know, like, my family is really into music and all that. Mm-hmm. Like, my dad studied guitar. My mom, like, was an opera singer. And then, like, both my brothers were into music and all that. And so, like, I played violin for, like, 10 years, and I hated that. And
yeah. You were thinking about going to the damn orchestra, didn't you?
Yeah, bro. I was
playing a symphony.
Killing that.
I don't know, dude. It was just not for me. Like, it's for some people, but just not me.
I feel that.
And then, I don't know, I just kind of picked up bass my sophomore year because Elliot Obermeyer and Dean Peterson wanted to make a band, and I was like, yeah, I'll play bass. And then as far as guitar goes, like, I don't know, like, I just, like, when I went into college, I just, like, had so much free time. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I just bought a guitar and started playing. And
I feel you. That's something nice, too. It's like a good therapy away from everything.
I know,
too,
yeah. Yeah, there was so many nights, like, I just come home from work or just, like, from school, and I don't know, you get lost in your own zone.
You do. I can see that.
Get lost in the sauce sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I just did the choir and all that, like, you guys know.
Yeah.
And so for just, like, making music and stuff, so last year for Christmas, my brother was, like, super broke. Shout out to Wolfie, look him up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out Wolfie. That's Embry's brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he, I don't know, he was just really broke last Christmas, and so he made me a gift, and he was like, yo, I know you want to get into music, so I'll record your first song for free. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So for spring break, I went down to Tennessee because he was living there at the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we just grinded for 3 days. We'd wake up, record, and then like go to bed at like 2 a.m.
It's crazy.
That's the
too,
studio
dude.
Yeah,
nights,
dude,
though.
it
Like,
was
man,
awesome.
You love living that like life there for like even just those 3 days probably feels like a month.
Oh yeah,
you
dude.
know?
There's like no other way I wanted to spend my spring break. Like it was so much fun, and yeah, and it turned out well, and so we just kept on going with it.
Did you fall
Oh,
asleep
yeah.
in the studio ever? Like pass out?
Yeah, so like when I was recording there, it was like in his room. So yeah, I
No,
did sleep in his room, but like in the actual studio, yeah, we record at Stone Tree Studios. Look it up, 1026 Shelby Street. Shout out, you gotta shout out the.
You gotta make his shout outs while you're on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't really sleep there just because like my house is like 5 minutes away, so like I'd rather just drive.
Yeah, I feel
like
you.
I'm not trying to sleep in some strange place and then wake up on a couch, you know.
Yeah.
So who were some of the artists that you grew up like listening to? Who were some of the artists that like really paved the way and like made you think, damn, I want to do what they do, you know?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think I really got into just listening to music until probably right after high school. Like I mostly just listened to Blink-182 during high school and like
Okay.
Nice little
Can't be
movie
mad at
set.
that.
yeah, dude.
Trap
Yeah.
Barker, the legend.
Yeah, I just kept it at that. Red Hot Chili Peppers, just like all the old 90s alternative bands.
Okay.
And
Well,
then
Nirvana.
Nirvana. Oh, for sure, bro. For sure, Nirvana. I
Legend.
still
And
listen.
we got
Rage
Kurt.
Against
I know,
the
dude.
shit.
I'm trying to buy that picture right now. But yeah, but mostly for music, like my freshman year or last year during college, like my brother just introduced me to Tame Impala. Do you guys
Okay,
listen
yeah,
to
I
that?
know a little
I've
bit
heard-
about him. Yeah.
Yeah, so so he showed me The Less I Know, The Better. I'm like, all right, this song's cool. Like, this is dope. And like, I was just doing my homework, like trying to find something to study to, and then I was like, why not listen to his entire album? And then I listened to it, and I was like, this is like a drug. Like I can't. I was like, I cannot stop listening to this. And so yeah, and then Omar Apollo is another one. Like, you know, Nate told me about him a couple years ago, and I've just been following him since. And yeah, his sound, that's a good amount where I base it off of. Same for Tame Impala. Just because, I don't know, I just really like it. It makes you feel a certain way.
I feel that.
And then recently I've been getting into like Frank Ocean and like Tyler the Creator. And then like a little bit of Lil Peep in there, you know.
Yeah, a
Oh,
little bit
yeah,
more,
you
a
got it.
little bit more range to the rap genre.
Yeah,
I feel you.
you know.
I like that. I mean, your music definitely brings like a nostalgic feel to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Whenever I listen to your music, I don't know, it just brings back flashbacks.
I was kinda
Monday.
wondering
I don't know.
I know, it's
That's how I
awesome.
felt like, I don't know, in high school, that's how I kind of was. Because, I mean, on the weekends, yeah, you chill with the homies, but then on Monday, you're back with the whole fucking gang.
It's like the whole
You're on some
squad,
gang
you know what it
shit, you
is.
know?
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's not even like how I was picturing the song, but like I'm like, sure, yeah, like you can associate with whatever. you
It'll
want.
bring different feelings out of different people. Like, that's just the type of feel that
That's
I
just
get from
something
it,
you gotta
know?
like about music too. It just brings something different to everybody who's taking it in. It's consumer. It's really a consumer thing every day.
Yeah, I mean, like that's exactly what I was going for. You know, just not like make it specific enough so like it can relate to somebody or like somebody can connect it in their own way. You
I
know?
like that. So like going into the EP name, like what kind of made you center around that for the name?
Yeah, so I don't know, like I just like I was like I made all the tracks and like well for the title track like Bulldogs Ramon, like I didn't write that yet, but then right after I wrote it, I was like I don't know, just the entire EP is just a reflection of like the past year. Like I feel like just going into college, like, you know, it's kind of a tough time, or just anytime you graduate high school because all your friends are gone, you've known them for years,
Yeah.
and you got to start from scratch. So yeah, I just thought, I'm like, this is like a coming of age story, and you know, throwback to AP Lit. Yeah, so Bulldogs Ramon just means like coming of age story. Like
Exactly. I like that.
yeah,
Nice little
so
vocabulary, Embry. Fuck you.
Like a
You
real
can tell
more-
you were an honor student in high school.
hell yeah, bro.
Like a
the
real
EP title
moral
like that.
growth to you. I like it.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, this is the best way to summarize it, so why not just call it?
I feel that. Yeah, that's a good relation, dude. I like that.
This is like kind of going back to what we were talking about a little bit ago, but just with the genre that it is, and we were talking about studio time. It's like, how do you like get in the right mindset, like when you're going into the studio for like the genre of music that you're doing? Because I know some like hip hop artists, they all have their different ways of chilling in the studio to come up with stuff. But what do you think like you like to focus on going in?
So like, do you mean just like coming up with ideas, or just like being on the mic?
Just like getting in the right mindset to get in the studio.
More the
and
creative
to actually
process.
create, yeah, like,
To create. Yeah, honestly, like, I honestly don't know, dude. Like,
you just go in there and free ball it.
Oh no, like, oh hell no, dude, I cannot freestyle like that.
Maybe
But
drink a little bit before you go.
yeah,
in.
Get you a couple
loosen up
sips.
a little.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get the mind flow, get the reefer powder, get the mind.
Get the mind kick and get the ganja.
Shout out
That's
Joey
what I'm
Diaz.
getting at.
but yeah, I'll just, I mean, like, just like randomly, I'll be chilling in my room, and then like I'll come up with the song ideas, and then I'll just hit up Wolfie, and then tell him like, I'm like, hey, I got a new song idea. Like, can I come through? And then he was like, yeah, sure. And then going on the mic, like at first, was honestly super tough, just because like, I don't know, you're hearing your own voice, like it's the weirdest thing, and like you're singing it at the same time, and you're like, this is so weird. Like, I did not think I would sound like this. Like recording Bubble, like now that would probably take me like maybe an hour or two, but like that took me like a full 3 days. Like we were just grinding, bro. Like we just had to keep on recording because we just could not get it right. Like I couldn't get it right. But nowadays, like, I don't know, like I just make sure I know my words really well, and I know the rhythm of it and the flow, and then I just go in and you go at it with confidence and have fun with it.
What instruments do you mostly use, like, during your actual, like, instrumentals? Like, during the instrumental, like, what instruments do you mostly, like, implement in your songs? Like, guitar, snare, like, what do you implement?
Snare.
Yeah, so...
Hey, I plugged the snare. Pierre uses the shit out of the snare, man. It's hard.
Yeah, so... My bad, sorry. Like, my mind just went for a second. Yeah, but as far as that goes, like, I try to get guitar in there all the time, or like, for the most part, but at the same time, I don't want people thinking I'm a guitar guy, because, like, I play guitar, but I just don't play guitar like that,
You were primarily bass, right?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I've been trying to get more into bass lines, like just trying to write some sick bass lines, because nobody writes those nowadays. Like
those bang like through your soul,
dude.
too. Like
yeah, bro.
those hit.
Yeah, so like I definitely gotta have bass in there. You gotta have some sort of drums. Like I don't care what kind of drums. Like it just kind of depends how the song is. And for me, it's like either guitar or keyboard. It just kind of depends, like, the flow of it, but I normally don't put both in it, except for Bubble. That's the only one I put both. Yeah.
That's crazy. You talked about how your voice sounds on the mic. Like, guys like Blueface said that he hadn't even heard himself. Like, he just got on the mic and then just started going at it, and he was like, I sound really good on this. This is something I could do. So,
yeah,
like,
was there did you like your voice a lot at first,
Yeah.
or did you kind of like change over time to kind of get to something maybe you do like a little bit more?
Yeah, no, I did not like my voice when I first heard it. But I don't know, just like, I just kind of told myself, I'm like, well, you can't change your voice. Like, that's just how you are. Like, you just got to keep it that way. But the only thing is, like, with singing, like, I tried to make it a little more raspy, because I'm used to, like, putting it in my nose and, like, make it more forward.
Yeah.
But, like, that's just not how pop singers really do it. And especially guy pop singers. And so, like Wolfie was telling me, he's like, try to get it, like, through your throat. Like, get the air coming out your mouth instead of your nose. And so, like, I just really focused on that. And then, yeah, so that's kind of how that turned out.
Kind of helped it a lot more. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
How long would you say you spend on, like, each song, or does it just vary by song?
It just kind of depends. Like, are you talking about just the creative process?
Yeah, the creative process behind, like, the actual song. Like, what do you spend the most time on when you're creating your songs? Like, maybe the chorus, or like the opening instrumental. Like, what do you mostly spend your time on when you're actually in the creative process creating a song?
Okay, yeah. Probably for me, the biggest thing is just the verse. Like, for me, like, choruses just kind of come like that, you know?
That's
like,
nice.
I know.
See, that's for some people. They say that the chorus takes a little bit more time. Like they can get the verse down. It's just a matter of like coming up with like a catchy chorus to
that's
actually
usually
keep
that
the song
tougher part.
along.
It's more of a
Yeah.
challenge for a lot more people.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because I don't really listen to the radio a lot when I'm in my car, because, I don't know, I'm just like,
Do you listen to yourself?
I guess, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll talk to myself, I'll sing to myself, but, like, I'll just, I don't know, just, like, a tune or something will come in my head, and then, like, I'll just, like, throw some lyrics on it, I'm like, nah, that doesn't work, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that works well, and then I'm like, okay, what's this song about? And then I'm like, it's about this. I'm like, this is what I relate to. But like making the verse is, I don't know. You just like, it's the flow of it because you want to keep the viewer into it. You know, because like if you look at Monday, like I kind of base that off of like Sunflower by Sway Lee. And
Okay, yeah, I can pick up a vibe. Like
yeah,
that from
because
it.
like
Definitely.
I have the chorus in my head, but I'm like, how am I gonna write these lyrics? And so like he was just like kind of like describing the girl and like all that like for his verse, and so I was like, all right, yeah, like I'll go ahead and do that for the first verse, and then for the second one, I'm like, all right, well maybe I should talk about how I feel about her, like you know how I connect to it.
I like that.
Yeah, and then you got to change the flow too. So I knew the first verse, like the flow of that came easily, but then when it came to the second one, I was like, this got to be more uppity. You know, I want to keep them involved.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And so like I just kind of like went into a fast paced like rock and roll thing.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that a
I
lot.
definitely picked up those vibes too. Like now that you say that, it seems to me like a lot of artists I will listen to, since I do listen to more rap. You know, like you'll have a chorus and it kind of goes along with what the song's called, but then the verse itself is kind of like all over the place. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like with you, the EP, it seemed like each song did kind of have like almost a little bit of a storyline to it. You know?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a story. Like, I mean, I feel like there's no, I mean, it's just my personal opinion, but like, you know, there's not a point in making the song if like you're just kind of throwing out random lyrics.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You like
I
it.
feel
You like
like
it to
that's-
have that sentimental value.
Yeah,
yeah,
Like, it
you
has to
want
have
a
meaning
meaning behind
It's
it.
like it's a storytelling.
Because that's what
Yeah.
that's what really resonates and will connect with the audience. You know.
I
Like,
mean,
Yeah.
any
with
song
your
is
fans.
really just a poem. I mean, you just have to make it flow and sound good.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
the thing.
That's really
Yeah.
what it's all about. And you want to just tell a story. You don't, yeah, and like you said, you don't want to just say random ass shit. You know, like you want to actually, like your words actually have to have meaning behind them. So like the person listening to it can make a connection. Like I said about Monday, how I get that connection from high school, going back on that Monday, hanging out.
that
with
nostalgia,
friends.
like that song just
Exactly.
brings it. I told him right before we came up here, I was like, it gave me like a 70s, like 80s, like almost like I'd be at Woodstock. I don't even know, like it just had that vibe.
That's
to it.
sick.
Hell
I
yeah.
love it, dude. Yeah. But
That's what Elliot did when they did Rock for the Earth. Oh my God, I felt like I was at fucking Woodstock. This man's just
Awesome,
ripping the
dude.
guitar. Everyone's in the back just everyone's going fucking crazy.
oh yeah, dude. Honestly, like that's probably why you get that vibe from that, because like for Monday, he does feature on that. Like when it goes into the second verse, and you got that.
Okay, I was wondering because you
shit.
said
Yeah,
you
that-
didn't like a lot of guitar, but I was like, I swear I heard it there.
Yeah, so like we were just in the studio and like we recorded it, and then we're like, it's just kind of dead. Like there's those empty gaps, like because if you take those like lines out, it's just a little bit more boring. And so Elliot was just chilling with us, and we're like, hey, can you throw something down on this? He was like, sure, yeah.
That's
And
funny,
then,
though,
yeah,
yeah.
and then he just went up, bro, and then like he just laid it down, and we're like,
That's it.
yeah, dude.
Damn. First try?
Yeah, no, like, well, what we had him do, we just put it on a loop, and then he just started throwing stuff down. Took him maybe 2 minutes, if that, and then we just took clips of it and threw it in.
Dude, he's
That's crazy.
he's just a musical genius, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
he has
he's
such a
just
great
born with
mind.
it. Like, he's got
cool
that
though,
talent.
Like that's really. It's funny you say that because like that's one of the key parts of that first song that I remember. Like it really resonated with me all the way. Like that was one of my favorite parts
Yeah.
driving around listening to it.
See,
Yeah.
So you said earlier, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh
off.
no, you're good, bro.
You said that you could hear like Sway Lee and like the chorus of your sounds. Like somebody it's in the industry now, who would you like compare your sound to? That's like puts out music.
I mean, a lot of people call it like Monday, like Boy Pablo. I don't know if you guys know him.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, he kind of makes like indie music and stuff, but I don't know. I would probably say Tame Impala is another one, just because, I mean, like, I listen to him, obviously, but, like, in Bubble especially, like, if you get to that, like, bridge part when it's just, like, the rain is going on and stuff, like, I just really wanted that song to have a Tame Impala vibe. But, I don't know, it's just kind of all over the place, like, I would say Bildungsroman's a little bit, like, Omar, Johnny Cash, a little bit, or
I feel that.
Nirvana.
Nice little
yeah.
mixture, nice little combo there.
That's what I was telling them though. I like about it so much. Like even though it has that alternative style, like I saw, like that's how it's classified, alternative. It really just had a good versatility between each of the 4 songs. Like it was overall a real versatile EP. Like
I appreciate it, bro.
Very
yeah,
versatile,
yeah, that was
man.
the goal.
So, I mean, you said that you do have a sound like that Impala. What's his name?
Tame Impala.
Tame Impala, yeah. I mean, since you say that you have a sound like him, would that be someone that you would love to collaborate with? Like, my main question is, who would be an artist in the industry now that you would love to just collab with? Like, who's the first one on your list?
Tame Impala for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Like Kevin Parker, like it's a band, but it's mainly just Kevin Parker, and he's like one of the best producers in the industry. Like he's collabed with Mark Ronson, Travis Scott. You know Astro Thunder.
yeah.
Yeah, he produced that song with John Mayer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's got a real
yeah,
cool
yeah.
beat to it too.
Yeah, so I mean, like one day if I could collab with him, that would be a dream.
That's like
It'd
a
be
dream.
I was about to say,
insane.
sometimes like you'll see from like the Travis Scott documentary, like he'll be collaborating with those guys like John
Yeah.
Mayer. Who else was in James Blake? It's just regular singers like that who come in, so you could see yourself definitely being like one of those artists that comes in and just like gets in the studio with these like maybe rappers or artists, and then just give your insight, give your vocals to them for like a background.
There's some rappers in this industry that fuck with that type of sound. Like Travis obviously fucked with that dude's sound.
Kid
and
Cudi, bro, with MGMT.
Cudi,
That goes
God.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Swim in the Light by Kid Cudi.
Swim in the Light.
Dude, I could see you producing
Yeah.
some shit like that. That just
Yeah,
like once
dude.
you get that bass line down, oh, dude,
They're
it'll
definitely-
rumble through your goddamn soul.
They're definitely
dude,
on the
I'm telling
look
you.
for like people to help out with that. I
Exactly,
know
that's
that
what I'm
they're
saying.
always-
Like
So,
you
like-
definitely have a sound that they would definitely appeal to. You know.
Like genre wise, is that maybe more of a genre that you would like to gravitate towards to maybe collab with someone, more of a rap style?
Yeah, I definitely want to start collabing with rappers. Like, I necessarily don't really want to be a rapper or anything because, you know, like, I just don't really think I could pull it off. Like, maybe just like a couple bars here and there, you know, but yeah, it would be really cool to collab with some rappers. Like, the end goal, I would kind of like to make music a mixture of like The Weeknd and Tame Impala. It's just like
Okay.
a mix of those
I
two.
like that.
yeah.
Because The Weeknd definitely has some music that definitely is very appealing. Like, I mean, he had some shit with Metro, Heartless. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude. That's,
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see him on what was it? It was either Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel. But did you see his performance for that?
No,
No, I didn't see it.
Insane. You
Really?
guys gotta look it up.
I gotta
It's-
watch that. Dude.
Yeah, it was like they did this like POV thing. Like he was just walking out of the dressing room, and he like the whole show, or his whole performance was just like the camera following him onto the stage. It's insane.
That's crazy.
You
I
gotta
like
look
that.
it up.
That's cool.
Damn, man. Well, I mean, one thing that I definitely think that you definitely have a shot at this, man. Like, you definitely, from your sound, I mean, shit, this is your first EP, and you absolutely fucking killed
I appreciate
it, my man.
it,
That's the
bro.
thing, I
It means
don't-
a lot.
I definitely see you having a lot of potential in this industry. And what would be your advice to younger musicians trying to make it out there, trying to get their name out there? What would be your main advice towards them to actually achieve that goal of one day becoming a professional musician?
I mean, like, all I would say is just, like, I mean, I'm not a professional musician, obviously.
Well, you getting there, man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
But I would
process.
just say, like, stick true to yourself. Because, like, I mean, like, even in the music, like, because people can read that shit. Like, people know if, like, that's not you. Like, if you don't connect to it, if that's not your sound, if that's not really who you are, then people know and they're not gonna believe in you.
They'll
or
see
anything.
through it.
I
They'll
like
see
that.
through it. Yeah,
And
you're right.
that's the main focus with me. Like I'm just really trying to keep myself and like have my own personality in the music, like let people know like this is me. And I feel like that's why a lot of people like it, you know, because especially my friends, because they're like, this is so you, dude. Like
That's what
this
I
is
that's
just
what
you
I
in
kind of
music.
found.
That's a good place to be in. Just to be yourself. I feel like it definitely does work better. Just trying to be yourself versus trying to be something you're not. Like people support that for sure.
Yeah, and then like in the end, like if you did like try not to be yourself or something, you're just gonna regret it.
Oh yeah,
You know, over
no
time.
doubt.
Exactly. And I like that too, because like I really do feel like what you did put out in this EP, it did reflect like as I've known you as a person, it reflected really kind of what I would have expected, something like that. So,
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. Yeah.
What was your overall message on Monday? Like, what type of feel were you trying to get out of people? Like, what like connection were you trying to make people connect to? And then what type of feel do you think that you were trying to put out there? Like, what was the overall story of it?
Yeah, so Mondays, I just wanted to put like a love song on the EP because I'm like, all right, like I got a cool like sort of rap song, and like I got the other two, but I was like, I gotta have a love song on this. So yeah, like in March I went on a date with this girl, and we're still friends now. I mean, we're like not together or anything, but like. We just like made an agreement to meet up for like coffee and just hang out every Monday.
Okay.
And I was like, sweet, yeah. Like I look forward to Monday, and I was like, shit. I was like, I should make a song about this. and then yeah. So like, but yeah, the overall message is it's just like I don't know if you're going to school, seeing a girl, or like. If you're having coffee with someone and, you like them like that, or they just like mean a lot to you, it just kind of takes away a bad day. Because normally people hate on Monday just because they associate it with work, school, stuff like that. But, you got a brighter side to it. Like
turns out into something you like.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
something
that.
you're excited about.
That just goes to show, like, just somebody that you were with before and you're not with now, you guys still hang out. That just shows, like, being positive can still lead to good things. Like, just be friends with somebody still, even though...
Oh, yeah, no. Like, I never try to have bad blood with anybody because, if I really think they're important, then, like, I'll, like, make sure to, like, keep them in my life, you know?
Exactly.
It's never
yeah.
good. It's never good to burn bridges. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
It's never a good idea to burn bridges because you truly never know when you might run into them again. Like when you may need them. When you may need to rely on them.
Especially trying to break into the industry or something. Just anybody that helps you along the way. Just, being good to them.
I mean, it's not even that. Like, I don't really see it that way. But, like, I don't know. I just, like, want to make sure, like, because, I don't know, I just hate the thought of, like, knowing there's someone that, like, I've had beef with.
I feel you.
I hate that. I hate the feeling.
I like to be on good terms with just everybody. Like it sucks if you just know like there's one person out there that absolutely hates you. Like at the same time, you might not care, but it's just like I'm trying to spread a positive message. Like there's no reason to hate me, man.
I've never really like had beef with anybody though. Like even throughout high school, throughout college, like I don't remember having beef with literally anybody that I went to school with.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Because I just feel like we weren't with that shit, bro. Like we weren't with that drama.
I think that just
shit.
shows good character. Like overall, like I try to be positive with everybody I'm around. I don't try to negate or make people feel down.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You want to bring people up, if anything. If you see people having a bad day, you want to try to make something out of it, just like he said.
Yeah.
Like,
And like anytime like I do someone dirty or like do something that I shouldn't have, like I always make sure to apologize and just put your heart out there and like be real with them. Like tell them the truth, tell them what was going on, and if they don't accept it, then they're not real.
Exactly.
real recognize real.
What about the guy that pulled up on us at IUPUI that one day?
Oh yeah.
Saying we were
This was
disrespecting women.
ridiculous.
Oh my god! I don't know if you've ever seen this video, but there's a video of Future and Young Thug, and Future's talking about how he's rocking this like iced out AP watch. He's like, "Hey, if the bitch don't have an AP, she not mine." And Thug's just like, "He cold." He
She belonged to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
So at IPY, we literally all meet up at this one wall right outside the campus center near like the Barnes and Noble, and we call it the wall. Basically, we always meet up there, and
wall,
because we'd literally seen that video like 2 days ago, so we were still dying at it.
And it was going around too, like on Twitter. It was like a "she belonged to the streets" type of
viral
trending.
video.
The whole ass meme going around it, bro. So we were just non-stop just saying it like, she belonged to the streets. Like, we were just screaming at literally anything. All of a sudden, this dude, like, we'd said it like, I don't know, like 10, 11, 12 times. I don't even fucking know. But like 5 minutes after we were done, he walks out of the campus center and goes, "Did you tell that girl in the blue shirt she belongs to the streets?"
And not one time were we like looking at somebody directly when we were saying this.
And then Ethan's like, "Whoa, what are you coming over with that hostile fucking tone for,
he
guy?"
came over here like all like about it. And we were like,
He said, "Are y'all over here disrespecting women?" The girl wasn't even with him, so I don't know who he was defending.
We had no clue who he was talking about.
But I thought it was about to go down.
Oh, for sure. He was a little country boy too. We would have whooped his ass.
Oh, we were on.
I mean, 3 guys, 1 dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we had our boy Kinesny with us too.
Oh, yeah.
4
Kineski was
guys,
nice.
We were just
I don't know what he was trying to, but that was some beef you had, probably.
That was fried.
I mean, that's really the only beef I've had in college.
Bro, that's not even real beef.
I just wanted to tell that story. I feel like people should have known that story.
Oh, that story.
That's a story that needs to be shared. This shit was hilarious. That was so funny.
Sick.
But do you have for the people? Do you have any shows or anything coming up, or would you like to maybe get some more shows along the line at all?
Yeah. So, well, this Sunday actually, I don't know when this is airing, but Sunday the 4th.
What, Sunday?
Next Sunday?
This Sunday?
So today's the 21st.
Yeah, it'll be 22nd.
So 22nd.
Oh, the 24th, yeah. So we're hosting a listening party at Stone Tree Studios, just for like Wolfie's album coming up, and then my EP that came out.
Okay.
And then like for a show, like a real one, I got one on January 11th with Wolfie. He's the headliner, and then also Yachting Cole. He kind of makes like R&B music. Like, he's pretty good. Like, I've seen him in concert. He's a cool guy. But yeah, like, it's gonna be a fun night. It's at Square Cap Vinyl. I think it starts at 7.
Okay, where's that located, like, at?
It's in Fountain Square.
In Fountain Square? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, Elijah, you right there then, bro.
Yeah, we might have to stop by for
bro.
sure.
Yeah, come down.
Come for that.
For sure, we can kick it after.
Exactly, yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Meet some more people, too, and you never know.
Yeah, no, yeah, you guys could link up with Yachty and Wolfie, too.
Exactly, yeah, that'd be nice.
Have you guys ever thought about, like, maybe establishing, like, a clothing line or something for, like, you and Wolfie? Obviously, like, I know you guys are obviously brothers now. Have you guys ever thought about, like, coming together and, like, making, like, a brand or something like that for merchandise?
Probably not, no. Yeah, because, I mean, we never really thought about that. Like, he's got his own merch for his stuff, and one day I'll start putting out merch, but I just kind of want to wait until I get those numbers up, you know?
I feel you. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, shoot, your brother has 1 million streams on one of his songs. I mean, if you guys collabed on an album, like a whole ass album together, you guys could get some serious numbers. I mean...
Bro, you don't even know what's coming up.
Oh,
you got some stuff in the vault.
Yeah.
Something cooking.
Yeah, so, yeah, this is kind of under wraps, though. Okay. Yeah, so, I don't know, we've just always wanted to be in a band together, and actually over the summer we tried making a band, but it just didn't work out. But, like, he and I were just like, we should make a band together, like, just you and I. And so, yeah, we started working on this one song. It's like called Homegrown. And it's just about like being thankful, like, for your life and, like, you know, counting your blessings. And it's just like, I don't know, appreciating your life because there's somebody out there who's got it worse than you.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, and we just we want to bring back happy music, like Beatles music, like happy music. Because anytime I listen to the Beatles, I'm always in a good mood. And so that's kind of the goal we're aiming towards, like just acoustic or like just only instruments and just bring back good vibes.
Try to sell out some stadiums like they did. The Mets Stadium.
Yeah,
exactly.
no,
hey, we could look back on this one day. You never even know. That's what
For real though.
That's what I like to always.
But for shows, like, so you've been on stage pretty often, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't been on stage for like my own stuff, but I perform with Wolfie. Like I play bass for him. So yeah, I've been on a good amount.
Okay.
Do you
nice.
do you like just getting the crowd involved, or do you just kind of stick to just your music and just let the rest kind of take it?
I mean, like, it kind of depends, because, like, I kind of let him run the show, because, you know, it's his thing. Mm-hmm. So, like, he kind of guides, like, what happens. But we really do try to get the crowd involved. Like, we just performed at Battle of the Bands at the Hi-Fi. And, like, we started, at the beginning, we started, like, howling. And then, like, the crowd just started howling. And we wanted to just, like, make a big, like, movement. Because, you know, his name's Wolfie. So, you know, do the howling and all that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then we, like, for his shows, he really wants to make an experience for, like, the audience. Like, make them wrapped in, engaged, like, just in a different world. And so he like, uses, like, a vocoder. And so, like, he just plugs it into the speakers and stuff, and then hooks it up on his laptop with Logic, and then he'll just, like, put different effects and stuff. And I don't know, you'll have to look up his show sometime, because it's pretty sick.
I mean, that's one of the most important parts of the whole show. You got to get the crowd involved, man. I think that's where some artists lack. Like, you have to make sure every single one of them is engaged, like, in some type of way. You know, that's why I feel like Travis does an amazing job.
Oh
with
yeah,
shows.
one of the best performers out there by far.
You gotta love that too. Like, that's what you want as an artist, is you want those people to leave, and like a year down the line, like, you just want them to be thinking about that.
Remember
stuff. Like,
that
something they go through in their daily life maybe triggers that experience.
Yeah, dude,
exactly.
Show, you know? I saw, like, last year, I went to go see, like, Foster the People, The Killers, and then Sir Sly was the opener, and I didn't listen to any of their music. Like, I went there for Killers, Foster the People, that's why I was there. But I was like, you know, why not see Sir Sly? Bro, that was the best show I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah, and it was, I felt bad for them, because everybody was sitting down, because it was the beginning of the show, but, like, I don't know, they just caught me in this trance, and, like, I was sober, too, and, like, they caught me in this trance, and then just,
that's when,
like,
you know it's good.
Yeah, then 45 minutes later, it's over, and I was with my other brother, Evan, and we just kind of looked at each other, we're like, what just happened? Like,
that's
was
like
an
the
opener.
best.
Holy shit.
That's one of the best things you can do through music. I feel like is literally just like getting lost in that moment. Like you said, just being in a trance like that is unreal. Like, nothing can beat that feeling.
Yeah, that's another thing about Pushing Daisies that I like about them, because they I don't know. There's just so many times they go into, like, these, like, long jam sessions, and, like, I'm just kind of watching them. I'm like,
I feel I've seen a few of those shows, and I've been like that too. I've just kind of just been stuck, and I'll just be like, dang, I'm just like really listening. I'm just loving this. Like,
yeah, and then when it's over, you're like, what time is it?
dang, okay.
Like, where did the time go?
I mean, shit, that's another band I could see you collabing with, because I feel like your two sounds would definitely flow nice together. I mean, you said that you wanted to, like, implement more of the acoustic sound, and they definitely have that. So
shout out Pushing Daisies too.
Shout out Pushing Daisies, y'all real.
They're
You've been keeping it real
group,
forever.
Yeah.
for sure, man. Chris Wellesley fucking kills
Oh,
on the
hell,
drums,
Boy,
man.
I
The
love
big
my boy
fella.
Hi-Ab.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah, they just added Michael Mead to the band.
Me, hey, that's
Yeah.
my boy too.
Hey, Peter. Dude, I remember he had one of the funniest videos of all time on Instagram. He did a full-ass, like, Joe Swanson impersonation
Yeah.
for the whole video. Hey, Peter.
Bro, Michael Mead is the funniest person out there.
I worked with him for a little while, man. I love that dude.
He needs
He's
to be
awesome.
a sportscaster. He has the
Oh,
voice
yeah,
for it,
for sure.
100%.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's a big Eagles fan. Oh, imagine him doing that shit for the
Oh, he'd be so good, dude.
Oh
He'd
my
be so good at
God.
that. But I don't know, but Pushing Daisies takes off, like, because they're doing pretty well, too.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, they've been going on for they've been together for a solid, what, 4 years now? 4 or 5 years?
Not even that, dude. Like, they've been together, like, I know they started, like, when they were kids. I don't know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
old,
Oh,
but, like,
it's, damn.
They started. I was going to shows like a while ago with my brother. I remember.
yeah, I remember the first time I saw them was in 7th grade, and it was at Rock for the Earth at Perry. Yeah.
I think that was mine too.
Oh, for
I think
real?
it was.
It's a process, though, man. That just goes to show you, man. It takes time sometimes for your music to get popping.
And that's the thing, like you said, with the openers, like when you got stuck in that trance, you felt bad, like, because everybody's sitting down. That's
Yeah.
one thing in music, too. Like, I bet when they first started performing, even, like, it might not have been, like, the greatest, like, a response from the audience, you know, like.
Yeah.
But now over time, you know, you start building that over time, and look, I love going to their shows now. If I've ever caught one, like they're so
hell
fun.
yeah.
Like I know they played the bars at Bloomington a few times too, and they like. It seems like they just are turning up with everybody.
Yeah,
there, like,
headline in Bluebird, bro. Like that's one of the biggest spots to be in Bloomington.
that's awesome.
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
that just shows like stick to it. You can get where you.
I
need
know,
to be,
yeah.
Like,
Who are some of the like best live performers in your opinion?
Whew. Yeah, so Sir Sly would be one of them. John Mayer, by
Yeah,
far.
I
John
still have
Mayer's
not
a
went to a concert.
vibe,
Trent
dude.
tells me all the time that.
John Mayer,
His
bro.
concerts are
Yeah,
great.
like that concert
It
was.
smacks.
That man didn't need an opener. He played guitar and sang for 4 hours.
It's insane.
Crazy.
Dude, I have a John Mayer experience, dude. When I was
You
working-
did go.
Oh yeah,
you
you
did go
told
that
me
time.
about this. Yeah.
It was some bullshit, bro. I didn't realize it was a closed sound check. Literally go down.
You guys aren't on good
All of a
terms,
sudden,
are
his-
you?
This is hilarious.
Oh my! Oh, do you want to hear the story about how this all went down?
I've heard it before, but the audience must
Oh,
know.
well,
Yeah,
here we
this is
go.
for
I
the
might as
people.
well. Oh. And this is no shade at John Mayer. John Mayer seems like a down-to-earth, cool-ass dude. It's just his tour manager that's the prick in this situation. And it's not kind of like the people that I work for. They didn't tell me it was a closed sound check, so I go up in section 3 and 4, go down there, and it's John Mayer, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest artists
I
in the
gotta
fucking
listen.
world. It's naturalistic. I whip out my phone. I start literally just a
Why would you do
4-second snap video. All of a sudden, right after I'm done shooting the video, it's me and Logan, by the way, that are in this section, like just filming John Mayer. All of a sudden, we see this bright ass flash. And we're like, what is that? A fucking flash grenade? What the hell was that? But then we didn't even think anything of it, so we just walked upstairs, and all of a sudden, we hear, gentlemen. We turn around. It's some like big old fat Australian guy. He goes, "Go upstairs. I'll be there in 1 moment." So we run up the stairs, and of course we're waiting like 15 seconds once we get up there because his fat ass is struggling to get up the stairs. He finally gets up there and he's like, "I don't want to see you two for the rest of the night. I'm not paying you for this shit." And we're like, "Whoa, dude, take it easy. Take it easy. What is it?" He goes, "Delete the videos off your phone right now, and both of you go down to the office." And we were like, okay.
Makes you wonder if that was coming directly from John Mayer, like, hey, those guys right there.
Dude,
or if he saw
what
you
I'm
himself.
saying, bro. Maybe John Mayer was the real prick in this situation and
Oh,
pointed me out, you know? I don't know. But end up going down to the office, and I basically had to work outside the rest of the night. But to make a long story short, it sucked, but I mean, all props to John Mayer. John Mayer's a cool ass dude, obviously an
We'll
amazing
put him on the
artist.
clip.
Put on a hell of a
We'll
show.
put him on the
Puts on a
clip.
hell of a show,
Hell of
but
a
the
show.
Australian tour manager sucked my dick. But so on, yeah, no.
Let me ask you this. So, based off, like you said, to have, like, you want to collab with some rappers and, like, your music's more, like, it's alternative, it's indie. What do you think of a guy like Post Malone who kind of does both? Like, I feel like he can cover both of those.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of sort of around where I want to be, because, Bildung's Ramon, that's also another thing. I sort of based off of Stay by Post Malone.
Oh, a great
Yeah,
song.
actually, I honestly forgot about that. It's like a mixture of, like, Stay and then Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Okay.
And then Trouble by Omar Apollo. But yeah, like, I would be down to do something like that, because Post Malone, like, I don't know, Stay, when I heard that song, like, it was just so intimate. I don't know if it was, like, the slide guitar that he used or what, but when I first heard it, I was like, this is sick. Like,
That's
this
a
is
great
so
song,
intimate. Yeah, and, like, he's got a good variety, too, because he can sing, but, like, at the same time, like, he's still, like, pop, or, like, I don't know, he can still fit in the rap world.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
came in that
Yeah.
way, and then...
I mean, so would you consider Post Malone pop? Like, that's his genre?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, even though he does do some rap and, like, he collabs with rappers, it's still, like, more poppy and stuff, you know, because it's still,
and
like,
he
singy.
won Rap Album of the Year, though, like, at the AMAs, and that's what I was just like, well, if he's not a rap artist, then how in the world could he win it? I'm not saying the album's not great, I'm just saying, is it really rap, though?
It's
That
not
just shows
rap,
you how
bro.
much too, like, the versatilities become over the years. Like, I feel like back when we were in middle school or something, there weren't too many artists that you saw kind of like really getting in, like really into the industry in both genres, you know? Like, they were more so this, and then maybe collab with somebody over here.
Yeah.
Now you got guys that, like, are legitimately pop and rap. Like, you
And because
really
of
can't
it-
stick them somewhere.
And
like,
because of it, he's able to just reach a huge population of people, like all ages. It doesn't matter; they all like him.
exactly.
Exactly, man. And those ticket prices for that Runaway tour that's coming to Indianapolis, dude.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my, I can't even get a ticket.
Yeah,
I want to
dude.
see Yahweh
like
too.
$100. That's the cheapest you can get.
It'd
really.
be sick to see him in concert, but like
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's a legend. Like he's
Oh,
already
yeah.
he's already proved
Exactly.
it.
He's
yeah.
at that status.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's superstar status, no question.
Yeah, and he was just an overnight sensation too.
White
Yeah.
Iverson
White
put
Iverson
him
out of
on.
nowhere. And
Yeah.
if you would have told me, like, I don't think anybody, like, if you would have told them then that Post would have gravitated and became this person he is now, I don't think anybody really would have seen something like that coming.
No,
Yeah,
not
no,
at all.
His
honestly-
look was just entirely
Oh my
different,
god, he
man.
looks.
Like,
I mean, I hate to bring it to Post, but when I first saw him, like I thought he
was
looked
goofy a
homeless.
little
Bro,
Almost.
I was like, is this the same guy? Like, like I was expecting some like attractive guy or like I don't know, someone who
Just a handsome guappy.
He
I
was.
was like,
Yeah.
man, this
Wappa,
man's
boy,
just got that
wappa.
voice.
He
though.
basically
I
was
like,
homeless. I
dang.
mean, he was just living with his buddies out in L.A., like getting his music
On that
together.
grind, bro.
I mean, that's what
All
he
it
did.
takes is one hit, man, and look what happened.
Yeah,
One.
dude, like I for real
That's
he-
one.
just
True.
one.
these are facts.
That's it.
Facts. But like when I first like heard of him, it was like maybe 2-3 years ago, and I was like, yeah, this guy's gonna die off. But then like now, like just thinking about it, I'm like, this guy's got like #1 hits.
It's
Has the best
insane.
one of the best albums of the year. Like
And all of them are like they're all different, kind of like yours. Is all each
Yeah.
song on it is a little different. I feel like that's how his have been consistently throughout.
yeah,
Exactly.
no, for real. Like Beer Bongs and Bentleys compared to Hollywood's Bleeding, like just
So,
Do you want to like do the same thing, kind of like have all your albums be just different variety, or do you want to maybe have like a specific project where it's just all like all love songs, or do you just want to keep it diverse? I guess you would say.
Probably just keep it diverse because, like, I don't know. I feel like the good thing about keeping it diverse is that, like, it can attract to many audiences.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and plus, if you're just writing love songs, like, it gets boring. Like,
Exactly.
it's the same thing over and over again. You know, you want to write some different concepts.
Get your heart broken, then maybe
Yeah,
you
it's
can
your-
write that.
sad songs.
When it
Yeah.
comes to the production side of your songs, like, have you ever thought about, like, I think this would definitely like be beneficial towards your music because your music obviously brings like a specific feel to you. Like, have you ever considered like maybe, because I know Pierre does this a lot, where he has like one track and like the ending of that track leads into the start of the next track. Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like yours could very easily be able to do
almost
that.
like you don't even like know.
You don't
what's
even know
happening
like
if you're
which
just,
like it was the ending of that song, you know, like because it led right into the next one and it sounded and it flowed so well, you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of his songs do that. Life of Pierre 4 is completely like that. If you go from track 1 to I think there's like 12 tracks on it, all of them flow with one
you
another.
can even like shuffle it.
And it's
sometimes.
it still sounds like it's very flowing. It definitely goes along with each and every song. Like brings like a different feel in each song. Have you ever thought about doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought of it before, but like I haven't really thought of it. But honestly, that is a good idea because, like, you know, if you're making an album or EP, like everything's got to connect, you know. And I guess it kind of goes that way, like a little bit for my EP, but not really, like. Because with the Coolest Guys, you've got that ticking at the beginning, like the clock.
yeah.
And then, like, it winds down and then goes into Bildungs Ramon with that metronome. But at the same time, it just doesn't flow as well because Bildungs Ramon's just, like, a slow click, whereas Coolest Guys is, like, just, like, a fast.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that is a good idea to consider.
Exactly. And that's when it comes, like, you always got to look at that point, too. Like, Pierre will master just a big switch up right when it gets to that point, you know? So, like, you don't maybe realize it's changing songs, but, like, as it starts going, then you hear the switch up and the song starts, and then you click and you're like, oh, this is a different one. Like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really think of any other artist that does that, but I need to check him out.
It's pretty
Oh,
interesting.
you
Yeah, it's
fuck with
cool.
him for sure.
He's a big time producer, too, so, like, he
Oh,
definitely
shit.
mastered
Yeah,
it
he's a
pretty
very
well.
versatile artist because he mostly is known for his producing, but literally, I think, when did he release Life of Pierre 4? Last year? Like around
This
March?
year, recently, I thought it was.
I thought it was, yeah,
Might
maybe,
have
no,
been
it was
late
maybe
last
earlier
year.
this year. He
But
released
yeah.
an album and Life of Pierre 4, and it literally did that exact thing. Like I said, from track 1 to track 12, it literally sounds just very free-flowing, one leading to the next. The switch-ups are literally right on point. I definitely think that if you did that in your music, oh, it would take off.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dang, yeah. I'll definitely do that for the future. Next EP.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
There
Hell
you go.
yeah.
But maybe switching up, like what is maybe just like what you have coming up next, like for yourself? Do you see anything coming up, or are you really just kind of taking it day by day?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess you can kind of think day by day, but like I don't know, I kind of have a plan for everything. Like since Wolfie is like really experienced in the music industry, like he's kind of coaching me like how to get your numbers up, like how to blow up and stuff like that. So the plan right now is just to start releasing singles for a few months, and right now I'm working on this one called "What's Up With You," trying to get a rapper on it.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, and I kind of want to get more of that like weekend vibe, you know, like just kind of more like hip hop, pop, like rap. And then honestly, like within these next few months, I just really want to get out there and start performing. And
That's how you really get your name out there for sure.
We're gonna see you smashing any guitars on stage.
On stage, or in the future.
maybe not now, but
Absolutely
one day.
violent, maybe the tongue on the chords too. I don't know who the hell did that.
What?
But, dude, there are multiple artists that have done that. Are
There's
you
some
kidding?
people
Rock
that have done some
concerts, bro? Are
crazy
you
shit,
shitting me?
bro.
I don't know who it was. Jimi Hendrix played his shit upside down. Pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit's
Marilyn Manson will cut himself on stage.
Yeah,
like,
didn't Ozzy Osbourne eat a
shit.
whole ass
Yeah,
bat?
a whole ass bat. He thought it
Oh
was,
shit! I forgot about
the story
that.
behind that's kind of weird. Like one of my managers explained it to me one time. Like basically, someone threw a bat on stage, and like Ozzy said, like he thought it was like a toy bat, and he just was gonna bite the head off of it. It turned out that it was a real bat, and he just went with it. Like he was like,
That's
"Fuck
insane,
I would have
bro.
gone to get a rabies shot immediately.
it." That's a fucking rock star.
That's a whole
That's
ass
called.
disease
That's
coming
just
your way, bro.
Crazy.
Hard.
shit.
And what did you say the name of that song that you're trying to get a rapper on it? What's
Yeah. What's up with you?
yeah any artists that want to get out of up and coming artists?
Exactly.
You need some
Yeah.
rappers.
You got the boy.
True,
You already
true.
know.
Hit me up.
Kid.
Embry
Exactly.
Isaac _ for all Twitter, Instagram,
platforms.
all
Exactly.
platforms.
And I think
Yeah.
I think that kind of gets us pretty close to wrapped up. But is there any like last remarks, maybe any advice you got for maybe kids trying to start out in music or anything like that?
Yeah, you're on ASAP from the net. Always strive and prosper. So
Exactly. We always
Yeah,
wanna-
what's your-
we always want
Yes.
to leave everybody with a
Some
real
inspiration.
inspirational ending, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like kind of what you guys are saying, just like, I mean, if you enjoy it, if you really believe in it, then do it. Like, if you have no doubts about the situation, and if you feel like if you accomplish that goal and you would die happy, then go ahead and do it. Like, put all your effort into it and just keep grinding.
respect.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
All right, well, Embry, it's been an honor having you
great.
on.
It's been an honor, my
Yes,
man.
sir.
It's
Really
been an honor.
appreciate you.
Oh shit.
No, you good.
You
All
good.
right.
Check out his EP just released.
Exactly.
Check it
yeah.
out.
Check it
Embry
out.
Isaac. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Be
We
sure
out
to
you.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, sir. We out you.